With spring and summer coming up right around the corner, I wanted to go through some of my favorite Uniqlo wishlist items, some of which are actually included in the Uniqlo U line that just recently dropped. It's no secret that Uniqlo is one of my favorite places to shop. They have some of the best foundational pieces out there, especially when it comes down to the value of what you're paying for. So let's start off with my first wishlist item. This is the hooded Blouson. What I really love about this jacket is some of the colors that they chose. They feel more natural and airy, definitely fit that whole spring vibe. Now, if you are more reserved, you could definitely opt in for the black, but there's something really nice about this natural color, that khaki look, that really draws me in. Also, the construction of the jacket just feels very relaxed. I really love the collar and the way that it flips down. It just gives me this dressy, but also casual vibe. I mean, it encapsulates everything I look for when I'm thinking of things to purchase next. Another big thing to note, you could definitely layer it up in the spring when it's a little bit cooler. Now in the summer, maybe you could just wear a t-shirt underneath it. But yeah, this looks like a great versatile item. Let's move on to the next piece. Again, I'm a big fan of the colors that they've been using for the Uniqlo U line, and this oversized single-breasted coat has that gray color that we were talking about earlier, which I do really like. What really gravitated me towards this overcoat is the fact that it's a lot thinner than the overcoats that I currently own. I do own a wool overcoat, but I personally think it's a little too heavy to carry around with me in the spring and summer months, and having this oversized coat, which seems very light and thin, seems more convenient, especially if you plan to layer down. It doesn't look like too much of a hassle to store away if you needed to, and they do also have this great gray color. Since I don't have a coat of this color or construction, it makes a great piece to add to my wardrobe, and this is definitely a piece that I could see me using this spring. Now that we have some of the outerwear out of the way, we can move on to the pants. Again, another piece from the Uniqlo U line. They've been absolutely killing it with this drop. I can't wait to see these in person. These are the pleated wide pants, and of course, I love this light gray color. This is what the Blouson jacket looks like when you pair it with the pleated pants, and the colors look outstanding. Like I said, they really remind me of spring. They give me that light, airy vibe. If you take a look at the materials, these are 100% cotton. It's a thin and lightweight cotton twill fabric, so this should have no issue working for you in the spring and early summer. And one thing about these pleated wide pants is they're definitely on the baggier end, but they're not obnoxiously baggy. I think these pants speak to a specific type of person. It's the person that doesn't like the skinny, straight pants, but also don't like the extremely baggy trend that we've seen over the last few years. I do also love the fact that they're pleated. It definitely gives it this dressier vibe. It kind of looks like you're wearing chinos in a way, but they definitely look more comfortable and more relaxed than that. These hit right in the middle, and I think they did a great job with these wide pants. Next up, we have the iconic sweatpants that took the internet by storm. Now, these are part of the Uniqlo C line, and at this point you guys have definitely seen these already, but sweatpants, especially for me, are a complete essential, and I love to wear them as much as I can, especially either around the house or on trips when I'm on the airplane. They're just the comfiest things to wear. Personally, if I were to choose any color, it would definitely be the gray, which is an absolute staple. It is the most versatile color that you can choose here. I think it looks the best personally. I did have the opportunity to try these out myself, and they were extremely comfortable. The fit was really nice, and for $39.90, you really can't beat this price when you're looking for a decent pair of sweats. Also, if you happen to be in the market for these, I have a little bit of sizing advice for you. I definitely wouldn't trust the Uniqlo website where it says a medium can accommodate someone who is 6'1". I'm around 6'2", and I found that the medium was extremely short. Now, I understand that that's about an inch of a difference, but for me, it didn't seem like there was an inch of a difference between the medium and the large. Basically, you might be better off trying these on or sizing up. Now, let's move on to the button-ups. These happen to be my favorite category. This premium linen shirt for $39.90 is an absolute steal from Uniqlo. This isn't a part of their Uniqlo U line, but I just couldn't get over the fact that you're getting this kind of material for the price. Now, I can't necessarily speak on the longevity of this piece or if it's actually well made, well stitched, but I will say, just based off of looking at the website, you're definitely getting your money's worth for the item. I really love the natural linen color. This is a perfect spring all the way through summer item, especially if you find yourself vacationing. This to me screams the ultimate beach summer vacation shirt. Also, the variety of color is actually insane. You could do white, you could even do the light green or the blue. There's so many colors to suit suit anybody's preferences. If you don't have a linen shirt in your wardrobe, I would definitely recommend that you cop this one from Uniqlo. It is an absolute staple. It's the perfect summer shirt. I can't say enough good things about it. And the reason why I love linen shirts is they're extremely versatile. They have this kind of look to them that don't seem too serious. They're definitely more on the relaxed end, especially when you're buying this piece that Uniqlo made. Definitely something that I will keep on my wish list to hopefully purchase soon. And next up, we have the Oxford Slim shirt. Now, if you ask me, I think everybody needs at least one Oxford in their wardrobe. And lucky for you, Uniqlo has a variety of colors that can suit your needs. If I had to go with just one color here, I would definitely do the blue. I can also envision this being layered with a nice sweater over it. My personal recommendation, if you do plan to layer this with other sweaters, I'd say go for the white Oxford, just because it's going to be a bit more versatile and you can wear them with a variety of different color sweaters. But if you are looking for something that's a little less basic than just a white button up, especially if you plan to wear it on its own, definitely think about that blue color. I also do think it makes a great layering piece. Now, I wasn't kidding when I said I loved linen shirts, and Uniqlo got me with this beautiful striped linen button up. I'll admit I might have a little bit of a problem when it comes to buying button ups. It is one of those things where I just feel like I can never have enough of. In all seriousness though, having a striped button up is perfect because along with having a plain button up, you also need something that's going to add a little bit of variety and interest to some of the outfits that you're putting together. And I think Uniqlo nails it on the head with this one. The quality and construction of this button up is absolutely amazing. Just like the other button up, this is 100% European linen, and for $39.90, I think that is an absolute steal. You have a choice here between the gray and the blue. I'd say you can't go wrong with either. I do really love the way the gray looks. I think it really speaks to me a little more. I don't think I'd feel too dressed up with this color. The blue to me feels a little bit more dressy, but then again, I do think you can't go wrong with either colors because it's all depending on the way that you style it. The way that you style it is ultimately going to depend on how elevated this outfit that you put together might look. Now, I did want to throw in a quick honorable mention, and the reason why it's not in my wish list is because I do plan to pick up this item when I go to Japan, and I didn't want to spend the money here on Uniqlo. I would feel like it was a waste, but who knows, maybe it's the same thing. With that all being said, I came across these Selvedge straight jeans and I'm kind of amazed at the price. There's no way this could be that good for $49.90, but when I was reading some of the reviews, everyone seemed to be hyping these up and was praising the amazing quality behind these. Now, I really don't doubt that because Uniqlo is known to make some great quality items for the price, but I'm honestly blown away that this is even an option by Uniqlo. $49.90 for 100% cotton Selvedge denim. Now, I would love to purchase these and compare them to the pair that I purchased in Japan, so that is definitely a future video idea, and if you're curious just as much as I am, feel free to subscribe to stay notified when that drops. Now, with the honorable mention out of the way, let's move on to the rest of the video. This is Uniqlo's Waffle Sweater V-neck. It is also something that I recently purchased. I picked up this green color. It felt a lot different than the things I would normally purchase, especially when it comes down to the color. I've honestly never had a V-neck in my wardrobe either, so this was actually completely different from the things I would normally purchase. This would definitely make a great layering piece, whether or not you wear it with the button up like the ones I've showed you earlier, or maybe you throw it on with a basic tee like some of the models do in this photo. The way that you end up wearing this sweater definitely determines the way the outfit feels. On its own, it definitely feels more casual, but by no means do I think you wouldn't be able to dress this up either. If I'm being completely transparent about this piece, the only downside to it is the materials. They aren't necessarily the best, but then again, $14.90, you're kind of getting what you pay for, especially when you're purchasing through a retailer. Now, for the last item in my wish list, this is definitely one of the more casual pieces that I picked out here, maybe even alongside the sweatpants. Recently, I've liked the ease of using half-zip sweaters. They're just really convenient and easy to throw on. This one also has a 100% cotton body, which is pretty good for the price. There's a variety of colors that you can choose from. They also feature some pockets there for convenience and ease of use, and I do really like the relaxed feel of this. I think overall with Uniqlo, all these pieces that feel very relaxed and casual, and that's been one of the main things that has drawn me to this brand. If I were to choose any color from these options, I'd probably go for the gray color just because they'd go really nicely with the sweatpants. This is definitely a spring item. I don't see myself wearing this that much in the summer, but for this spring, I think it's a great cop, and you can wear this all the way through the fall and even winter. I think Uniqlo hit it out of the park with their spring summer pieces, especially within the Uniqlo U line. There is so much to choose from, and honestly, I think I have to really hold myself back from overspending because I could really buy everything on this list and more, because trust me, there is definitely more to choose from. Feel free to comment below which pieces you'd buy. I'm really curious to see which one of these items stuck out to you. And as always, thanks for watching. I hope to see you on the next one.